for Help webpage is the place to go if you want to know more about the things we talk about on the show. Not only today during our Help-A-Thon, but every day. In fact, the Call for Help Daily is a great way to get the information sent direct to your mailbox every single day. Join 150,000 plus other members and subscribe. You do have to have TechTV membership, but that's free and easy to get. Once you've got it, log in, then check the newsletters you want to get. Robot Wars Damage Report, TechTV Tips and Tricks, TechTV Week. Subscribe to them all, but most importantly, the Call for Help Daily. All right, there we go. Now, let's see if we can get another call on. We've only got 39. I'd like to make it lucky 40. Who do we have?
Oh, lucky indeed.
Lucky
we
40.
are lucky to have this next question asked. It's not by the phone, but it's actually pre-recorded. Let's see if you can guess who it is.
All right.
Number 40.
That'd be fun. Okay.
Hey, Leo, I have a question for you. I have a 14-megapixel Kodak camera, which does not give you the option of shooting in black and white. It does give you the option of desaturating when you're in the dialog box. The question is that the most effective way to do it, or should you bring it into Photoshop and deal with changing it black and white there? My question. Pretty well dressed for a question.
The best dressed questioner we've ever had, Kenny Rogers, of course. Hey, that's great. Thank you for asking the question, Kenny. I wish we could get you in here to ask it in person. Kenny's a big photographer, you know. Does a lot of
14 megapixels.
That's a pretty fancy camera.
14 megapixels.
Probably a little more than most people need.
That's a lot of megapixels.
But he asked an important question that everybody really should know about, and that is you don't want to modify the picture in the camera. Ideally, take the best possible picture you can, all the information you can get into that camera, and then make the changes later. Now, I'm not going to show you how to make the changes because why should I? I've got Alex Lindsay here, our Photoshop wizard. Come on over, Alex. It's great to see you. You've showed up finally, huh? For the last 3 hours of my death throes here. Come on around here so we can get you in the shot better. Now, did I answer that right when I said don't do it in the camera? Get as much information as you can.
You always want to have all the information because there's a lot of different ways to do a lot of different things. And so if you commit to it in the camera, then you're going to never be able to, and you'll never be able to pull any of the information back out. Right.
Now let me see if I can find Adobe Photoshop on here and you can show us. Now, we have an old version of Photoshop. I hope you won't turn up your nose at this, but this is Photoshop 6. Oh. 2 versions old. And now, I'm going to load in an image, and you could just show us what you would do. We have a lot of images on here. I don't even know what these are. That's black and white. We should start with a color picture, shouldn't we? There is a nice rose. Wouldn't we like to make that a black and white rose? How would we go about doing it? Actually, that might be a bad choice because of the red on the black like that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Is it? Okay.
With any of these, there's a couple different ways that you can go about this. One is
to do walk me through it.
All right. All right. So,
teach me tonight.
So,
wait a minute. That's a song. Okay.
Okay. So. One of the ways that you can do it is you can do what he had suggested, which is to
do it in the camera and desaturate.
Well, no, not in the camera. But what you can actually do here is if you go up to Image, and Adjust, and you'll see a huge saturation. Ah. See now here, if you pull the saturation down there.
Desaturate the colors.
Now this is one way to do it. Now what you're going to get is a
black and white rose.
A black and white image. Okay.
Really black and white's doesn't do it justice. I mean it's got some better tonal range than that. But you can see you could even go through
you can if you wanted something to look more sepia tone, you can really bring stuff down that way. So this is one way to get at it.
Now, see, Kenny, the nice thing is you still have that high-quality image. If you decide you don't want to make it black and white, you want to do something else with it, the information is still there.
Right. Now, there's another way to do it.
Okay, let me close the desaturation.
Now, you can also go up to, if you go back up to Image.
Is this hard for you to do this?
What? I'm not used to getting a lot of ones.
But I like it like this. This is good. All right.
Now, what you can also do is go into, my mind just turned off. Ah, there we go. Go into mode.
You haven't used this old Photoshop 6 and so on. Yeah. Should I just make it a grayscale? See, that's what me as the moron would do.
Now, what that's going to do? Now, if you go to grayscale, go ahead and do that.
Discard color information.
Now, that's exactly what happened when you brought it back.
It's the same thing as desaturating.
The same thing as desaturating.
Ah.
Now, if you go into the channels, another thing that you can look at is if you look at these channels here.
We've looked at this before when you've been on Call for Help on Wednesdays. You've got the red channel, you've got the green channel, and you've got the blue channel.
Yeah. Now, sometimes what can be the most effective is to start combining these different channels together. Now,
interesting.
And to be honest, that's a whole you know, for me to describe it might be a whole tip and trick for me to kind of sort that out. But
even this gives us a pretty good looking image. If I just take the red channel, because I guess it's a red rose, right?
Well, yeah. Now you're going to get a lot of the white in there. And now the other thing you could do is you could possibly take the red channel and copy it to a new layer, you know, and then start combining the red and the green.
So I have 2 copies of red. Maybe turn both of those on. And
well, no. Have the red and the green. Well, anyway, you can start mixing. Yeah, you can start using all of the channels and recombining them to get more contrast. Because the problem with the red is that you have a it's kind of blown out. It's kind of blown out. The green is too dark by itself. So what we can start doing is mixing those channels back together, and we can get that high contrast that you would normally get with a black and white film.
That's what you want.
The thing is, what you don't want is if you just take it and desaturate it or just pull out the black and white information, you get this kind of dull look when you had a real vibrant. And so what happens is you can start mixing these channels back together, and you can use them to create something that looks vibrant.
Right.
And what I'll do is it's a great.
Should we do a full one?
We'll do a full one.
That's good. That would later on in Call for Help. Every Wednesday, Alex joins us on Call for Help, and he could show us some great tricks. The key, though, is you want, and a great black and white photo has this, a large range of shades of black and white.
Right, you get this really rich, intense look.
Right.
And that's what you really want out of that black and white photo. And so that's.
Well, I hope you're watching, Kenny, and I hope that helps. That's a great question. We thank you so much for asking it. Coming up, more calls. Alex is going to be here for the next 3 hours. We want those Photoshop calls particularly. What happened to my collar here? And we're going to get Kevin's top 5 picks for must-have downloads for a new PC. You've seen Sarah's. What does Kevin have to offer? We'll find out as the Call for Help-A-Thon continues. Now in hour number... What, 9? Ay, ay, ay. Stay here. 10? 10? Wish you hadn't told me that.